The Radio Wemo Breakfast.
Kiwi.
Well, you'd think it would be the stuff of science fiction, bad guys using the internet to bring down power grids, compromise power plants and attempt to cripple a country's national security. Well, it could indeed possibly be a reality. There's a worm out there, a virus if you will, that is crawling around the internet. It's called Stuxnet, and it is causing a lot of concern, more concern than your average worm or average virus. Steve Martin from Symantec is along to tell us all about it and why it's of such great concern. Hello to you, Steve.
Morning.
Morning. Now, Stuxnet, it's not brand new, is it? It has been around a little while.
Look, its origins date back to 2009, which is when we believe it first started being developed. But we've seen it in the wild for the last 4 or 5 months.
So why is this one of more concern than your average other worm that's out there?
Well, previously it was only theory that criminals could control physical infrastructure. This is the first worm that we have ever seen that turns that into reality. So with this technology, with this malicious software, criminals are able to control physical industrial control systems, so turn on or off pipelines, impact on cooling, open gates, floodgates, for example, on a dam, any number of things that are to do with control of physical manufacturing equipment or industrial equipment.
Well, so that's a bigger deal than being able to control a browser or turn a computer on and off.
Yes, very much so. If in the wrong hands, as obviously this software is, those people could control complete power grids for countries or for cities, could control water systems, so the implications are quite significant.
There has been some thought out there that this is actually targeted towards Iran and that it's been developed to bring down an Iranian power grid.
Yeah, some 60% of all infections that we've discovered have come out of Iran. So it very much looks like a targeted or shaped attack into that country. And although it's very hard to actually work out what the authors of this software are trying to achieve, it does very much look like they're targeting the nuclear power station in Iran.
And does it only target Windows computers? And do these systems that run, say, power grids or dams or whatever infrastructure, do they have to be running a Windows system?
No, that's what's really interesting about this piece of software. It is specifically targeting a Siemens operating system. The Siemens is one of the leaders in control systems, industrial control systems. Now, what's interesting is that those industrial control systems are generally not connected to the internet or to anything else. So in order to control them, you need to program an update and then put it onto a USB stick and insert that into your industrial system.
Right.
And so what happens here is that the software is targeting Windows PCs, infecting those PCs, waiting for a USB stick to be stuck in it so that you can then infect the USB stick in the hope of then infecting the control system. So it's quite a complex and multi-layered attack.
So it sounds like it would have to actually jump through a few hoops before it actually made it onto those Siemens systems.
Very much so. It's a very patient type of attack.
I'm talking with Steve Martin from Symantec about the Stuxnet worm, which is quite a dangerous virus out there, or worm out there that could attack and bring down power grids or affect a country's national security. Steve, what kind of resources would be required to actually make something like the Stuxnet worm?
Well, again, this appears to be probably the best written piece of malicious software we've ever seen. We estimate it's taken 10 people somewhere in the order of 6 months to create. So it's a massive investment in time and resources. Those that have written it have also needed to have access to industrial control systems so that they could test out their software and make sure that it works as they're trying to make it, as they designed it to do.
So this doesn't sound like your average teenage geek who's out to have fun.
No, absolutely not. Again, we don't know who the authors are. Very, very difficult to trace that down. But it does suggest that this could well be a state-sponsored attack.
And if the attack is designed to affect Iran's national security,